Welcome back to Wordplay The Podcast. We back with the regular schedule programming due to the pandemic. We had to kind of do our little social distancing pod, but we back.
Yeah, we back.
Normally.
For the fact.
In the wake of all that, a lot of wild shit has happened. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. The death of George Floyd.
Yeah.
And a Houston, Texas person, but he was murdered by the police in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Everybody has heard by now or seen the fucking video. It's still too much for me to watch.
Yeah, I can't just
watch it.
Pieces of it from like Instagram and shit like that.
Shit like that is real cringeworthy.
Yeah,
if I may, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's a lot to unpack because it's a lot of things with the protests and the looting. It's a lot of shit that we got to disrobe.
Yeah, different celebrities talking about it.
But let's just start with the killing of George Floyd.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Because that's what popped everything off. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And man, you haven't really been able to talk about it in vivid form. So let's get to it. So when you first found out or heard about the shit, like what was your reaction?
I wasn't quick to go on to see what was going on for real because it's been happening a lot.
Right, you conditioned at this point.
Not even conditioned. It's just so much of that energy into my energy. It's mixing in with my energy and it's throwing shit off a little bit.
Right.
Just because it's just like it's not just a downer. It's just more so of it's like carrying another burden.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nothing you can really do about it. You can be mad. You can say something on social media, but it ain't really physically nothing you can do.
Right.
So it's just kind of like I didn't want that helplessness feeling right away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Until
I start seeing the shit like and the actual case and how it was it happened way before and it's coming out now and the police held on to it. It's just
right.
So that shit it kind of make it hard to stay away from it because you like these niggas is obviously wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and you just interested to see what they're gonna do. So
okay, so I didn't because each case is different, you know what I mean? Like every single, police killing that has been publicized over the past 10 years has been different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It can be a discrepancy in different cases
or
whatever
just
it is.
Different ways to police. But the common thread that they all have is this super aggression towards people of color.
Yeah.
That's the common thing that they have, and that's what I noticed. But before we get there, so I couldn't watch the video, y'all. I swear to God I couldn't. But so I started looking at pictures and shit, like, the picture of the cop on George Floyd's neck, right? Yeah. So then I saw a video of a cop talking about it and was saying that dog had his hands in his pocket. And when they got their hands in their pocket, they pushing their leg down so you can't see it. So they applying pressure like that, like, because if you watch it, he got his hands in his pocket and the whole time he pushing his knee down on his neck. So he's applying pressure. So then I saw a video or not even a video, a image of them taking George Floyd out of the place, standing up in handcuffs.
Handcuffs, yeah.
So then my next thought was, okay, so if y'all
what transpired for him to get on the floor?
How in the fuck did y'all get to whooping his ass in the car? And then got your knee on his neck on the ground.
Yeah, I mean they had him under control, walking him out. So if they, where did the control be lost? Like where was it lost in that situation?
Then I started to put my hat on, like as far as even me and my experiences with police. Mm-hmm. I know that people that look like me, because our lack of trust for the police, our lack of trust for the government. When we have a run-in, for the most part, you kind of get irate a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, nigga, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? And the moment you do that, it's this word that they always use.
Yeah, aggressive.
No, resisting.
Oh, resisting. Okay.
The moment you challenge them in any way, shape, or form, and it doesn't even have to be
physical.
Like
you can even say like I will beat your ass, nigga. Like
you're resisting.
You're resisting.
And then that causes they feel like that's a just to use aggressive force.
Yeah. Excessive force.
Excessive force because he was resisting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm just disagreeing with the situation. Right?
Yeah, it's semantics.
Exactly. So let me ask you this, black man to black man. Do you feel like, and this is something that I wrestle with, you know what I'm saying? Even just because I know police wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes they be right.
Yeah.
But for the most part, that they wrong.
Even when they right, they don't have to be aggressive in that way.
I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I think it is.
But should we get our aggression under control?
I got two ways of looking at it.
Okay.
As a black man, what's right is what's right.
What's right, yeah.
So I understand the rules and how it's supposed to be, like what the rules of engagement is. Right. I already know. Right. But I know as a black man too, that if I want to live through this situation or I want to handle this situation where I'm getting the least damage possible, then I have to handle it this way. Right. It might not be the right way, but I know what I have to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's survival at that moment.
Yep.
And I'm not blaming people. I'm not blaming us for that. I'm just saying that even though you piss the fuck off, you got to control that shit.
Yeah. But I can understand where people would feel some type of way because white people do it aggressively to them. Fuck out of here. Who the fuck you think you are? I pay your taxes and I pay your salary, all that shit.
That's another issue that we will disrobe a little later.
No, I'm saying, but I can understand why people will feel like nigga, they talk to you crazy. If I'm telling you I'm right in the situation, it's not aggressive.
But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
As a black man, with the exception of UFC niggas and a couple niggas on the NHL, how many white people that you've ran across that you feel like could give you a run for your money on some fisticuffs activity?
I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro.
None.
Yeah, it's rare. It gotta be like the UFC
and I'm not saying that white people are bitches and they can't fight. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah, but in my experience,
what I'm saying is, a lot of people,
they don't look at them
as a threat.
At
all. And like
shit, some of them officers went to school with some of them type of niggas, so they know they hold
bitches, and they, you know what I mean. And that's what I was saying. Like as far as with the threat, as a black man, most always high alert. We know it's bitch ass black people like that can't fight. Yeah, but to other people outside,
they can't decipher who
is who.
Yeah.
You feel like any nigga at any point go give you these hands, nigga, and you go catch these bitches like an octopus. Like an octopus, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So there's the
thing that they go into a situation with.
Like, man, he can whoop my ass. Yeah, they automatically train like that.
I'm glad you said train in particular, because that's why I feel like the whole situations would be fucked up. I think they not used to dealing with black people or black people in a certain capacity where it's lack of training. I feel like they need to be in these situations or even be trained on these situations where,
every black person can't fight.
You have to look at shit by situational cases. It's not. If you see a nigga in there with his shirt off, this nigga sweating and big,
then you have to take into the account that, because I feel like it's two kinds of police officers, and no disrespect to any cops, because I know a lot of y'all. Yeah. I feel like it's only two kinds of cops. It was pussy ass niggas that decided that they want to, I want some type of authority. I want to feel not scared, so you join a gang, which is the cops. Yeah. And then it's the super duper tough ass niggas that couldn't turn it off and didn't want to turn it off and decide to join a gang.
Ex-military niggas who didn't make it.
They want the
military.
action.
Yeah, they want the action.
You feel me? Those are two kind of police that I think. I'm not saying that that's what it is.
The gun ho.
Yeah. But that's what I think it is. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
back to handling the situation. You feel me? Like, you already know what bag they jumping out of. You feel me? Before, because I don't know how this shit about to play out.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I don't know how that shit about to play out, but I do have some ideas. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, and I'm not blaming any officer, because it's a lot of this shit. Because when you look at the Mike Brown situation, like, remember, I cried about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Because that young man had his hands up, bro. Mm-hmm. And he still shot that nigga.
Yeah.
So I ain't saying that every situation, like, if you calm and chill, it'll result in good.
Yeah. But it's more likely for them niggas to it's disarming to them.
Yeah. Or it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be disarming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I think that's where people are more irate about, because it's not even just the mistreatment. Yeah. Because it's like, damn if I do, damn if I don't. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be dead or he gonna be dead.
Or no.
I mean, that's how they looking at
it. I'm
gonna
be dead or I'm gonna be dead. Because because you look at a Mike Brown situation and he was compliant. So what we seen in the video.
Oh no, I was thinking about the officer. I wasn't talking about Mike Brown.
But then I'm talking about just black people, because we was talking about being, I don't want to use the word behaving.
Yeah, it's just disarming people.
Just making the motherfucker non-threatening. Like, bro, like, let's do what we got to do.
Yeah, I'm take that out the equation. Yeah. I'm off that tip. So we about to have a conversation.
We got to have a conversation, or we finna go down, go do what you got to do.
Yeah.
We gonna boogie me or whatever, and then we gonna figure it out from there.
Yeah.
But my objective in this moment is to survive, and I feel like that's the
burden that we have to deal with.
That's the burden, to survive. Like, you shouldn't have to feel that way about somebody who protecting you.
Yeah.
Or supposed to protect, inadvertently work for you. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? But our history with police is deep-rooted.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It's definitely deep-rooted.
See, and that's why I said it's kind of hard for me, because it's like we know how it should be, but we know what it is. So at the same time, it's like I can argue and tell him how it should be, or I can survive the situation and live to, you know what I'm saying, to fight another day.
Inadvertently to fight another day,
yeah. And I think that's the problem, where it's different between black people and other races. It's like
I can't say all. Let's just specifically say white people.
Black and brown.
Yeah, black and brown
are different. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, we always have that burden. It's no time in the other day that we don't have that burden.
Right.
When we see the police, we cringe.
Right.
Regardless if we got every motherfucking registration, insurance, all that, we still do it. So us having that burden is what I feel like is what we trying to explain to other races. Like, it's different, bro. We understand all lives matter, but our lives are significantly different every day.
Yeah.
Yours you can live the same existence if you want to every single day.
That's just privilege.
Yeah, it's privilege.
It's a different level of privilege. But I had a conversation with some people, and and I was telling them, like, in my experiences, and maybe that's the case. Like, when you talk about white officers looking at us as threatening, but in living in Detroit, every bad experience where I got like beat the fuck up, slammed on the hood, all that kind of goofy shit, it was always by an officer that looked like me.
Yeah.
Black. You know what I'm saying? But when it was a white cop pulling me over when I had no license, no registration, they supposed to take me down and my car.
Yeah.
But they like, nah, go ahead. So are they scared? Like, it's just, I feel like a lot of this shit be displacing on where you live.
You think so?
Yeah, like in the environment that you come from. You feel me? Now, the police in Chicago might be a little more aggressive, but look at look at how the citizens are.
Yeah,
aggressive.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Detroit people and people in our city, we are an aggressive people, but we don't really start shit for real. Yeah. We finish it. So it's more of a like, nigga, hey, be cool, bitch. I'm gonna be cool, but if you ain't cool, nigga, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's from black and white, or like people. Period.
That's why I feel like it's the training, because a black officer can give you the same experience as a typical white officer should give you. Like you said, like, you have black officers do the same thing.
As a kid too, though.
But I'm saying that shows that they're being trained to respond like that.
Yeah.
To black people, whether they black or not. The police is just like, this is the book. These is the homeboys. When you go in the hood, you're gonna see the homeboys on the corner, the ones with the motherfucker. You like they giving you the game, what they think they giving you the game on what these people is. But most of the time, the kids that we see that's out here that look like the dope dealers, they doing that because that's who they like. You know what I'm saying? That's the music they listen to.
Yeah.
So they might be dressed like that, but they ain't about that. You have to be, as an officer, you have to be able to have a conversation or get some signs other than what they look like. You know what I'm saying? To put you in that.
See, that's why these police officers shouldn't have any type of authority, period, because they are just humans. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
And human error is
always there. They always have human error. They don't have the they train, but they not trained in psychology and, you know what I'm saying, who is what, how to decipher certain type of people.
See, but that's what their job is. Why not train them like that?
I don't think I think their job is to, like, their job is literally to protect and serve.
They glorify social workers, bro, with guns. They solving problems. It's not like they just going in guns ablaze. Hey. You have to learn how to use your mouth to get out of certain situations.
Right.
So if you have a conversation with a nigga and you ain't putting the clues in your head as you talking to this nigga, like, oh, he might not be on this tip like that, or he might be on this tip like that. Let me adjust myself.
Yeah.
You have to have that. If you gonna be a person who wields that authority,
right.
That's the responsibility. I'm not taking it away like, oh, these niggas' jobs is gonna be too hard. No, that's what you signed up for. Don't take the goddamn job if you don't want to do all that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a nigga that's out there that's gonna do that job the exact way it's supposed to be if you vet them right.
Right. Which that's a whole nother issue of the vetting process.
Nigga, anybody can be a police officer. Me and you can go to the motherfucking academy right now, nigga, and I guarantee you we passing psyche evals, we passing regular tests, nigga, and we on the streets. And they ain't tripping.
Crooked, boy. Denzel, nigga.
We pulling dope out the house, all that shit. They don't know, nigga. That's what I'm saying, bro. The vetting process.
We just need them. Come on, y'all. Whoever.
Yeah, whoever, nigga. I know some officers that I know who ain't about that life.
Right.
So, I don't know, bro. It's just, I feel like the system is fucked up more so. And it trickles down to the people. Right. You know what I'm saying? That way of life, they uncles, they granddads been trained like that. So it's just, it's trained behavior that's bad. Yeah, definitely. So if we figure that out, then maybe we can get changed down the line.
And then, I'm going to keep it a whole being with you. It's definitely a disconnect. You know what I mean? It's definitely a disconnect between the police and between the citizens. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm supposed to know the officers in my district. Yeah. The officers in my district supposed to know me. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe not even on first name basis, but last name. Or familiarity with that house. Oh, that's my man. He, you know what I mean? He good, that type of shit. So when I call officer such, you know what I'm saying? We have a rapport. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
They know what block to go to.
Exactly, but they don't do that. They don't do the foot patrol shit. They're not going to meet, you know what I'm saying, introducing themselves to the people that they patrolling. Yeah. And the people that they supposed to be protecting and serving. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So when they come, they treating you like a criminal.
See, because back in the day, I feel like the cost of living was lower, so the police officers was like, the dope dealers always had the money. Yeah. But then it wasn't like, they wasn't struggling. These officers now, nigga, in comparison with the dope dealers is making, they jealous of that shit. They like, nigga, I'm out here doing basically the Lord's work, if you want to really put it in a way they probably think of it. Nigga, they doing the Lord's work, and we out here, nigga, eating off that shit. And them niggas getting crumbs. Right. So at this point, they like, man, fuck all these motherfuckers in the hood that's making that money.
Because they treat you like shit. So it's like, okay, we risk our life. We risk our life. We risk our family's life, our livelihood, stress, all that shit that come with the job. Meanwhile, we only make, $40,000 a year, which we should be making $140,000 a year. This is probably what they feel.
And these niggas shitting on us?
And they call us pigs. And... So what we're going to do is we're going to develop our own privilege as a gang. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? A type of where we can do whatever the fuck we want because y'all already make more money than us. So bitch, we gonna figure out how to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like the prison guards in a prison. Yeah. They got dope dealers in there that's $100 million, and these niggas ain't never seen that type of shit. Mm-mm. And they like, nigga, we controlling you. Yeah, I'm in control. Yeah, and that's all they got. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what they hold on to. That's what at the end of the day on the streets, that's all they can hold on to. Because niggas would be like, nigga, I throw your salary out right now, niggas. Right, talk that shit.
So. Was you surprised that they arrested boy? I ain't even about to.
Nah. It was too blatant. They had to do that shit, bro. Yeah. I feel like I was surprised that it took so long. I thought this was like something that currently happened. Yeah. I didn't know they were sitting on it. Mm-hmm. So this shit should have been happening. Yeah. So that right there tells you what mind state the police is on. Right. Because they know it's wrong. Right. And they don't want that to get out because it's already a bad stigma about them. Yeah. So at this point, like, y'all did the cover up. Yep. We seen it. Yeah. Y'all got caught with your hand in the cookie jar, nigga. And then just rectify a situation.
And the reason why I asked because they sat on the other three officers that was around that allowed it to happen. They wasn't arresting them at first, but
they have to now.
Well, they already did. Yeah. Because the protesting, people wasn't going to let that shit go.
Yeah, too much information got out. They even got the officer that did the shit, they got past racist shit that he did.
He a shitty ass officer.
So they digging.
But I feel like, and I was telling somebody, if his record was spotless,
it would have been harder.
It would have been harder to arrest him. But the fact that he has a history of being an asshole, oh, nigga, get that nigga off the street, bro. Like, what you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That look bad on y'all to keep a motherfucker like that on the force anyway.
That's why I feel like I seen a lot of police officers over the last last week kind of like denouncing it. Like, those niggas are some dicks. Like, we don't, that's not the type of niggas we is.
And I'm glad you said that because I want to talk about that, about police officers, period. Because I feel like all police officers are bad. Okay. I feel like all police officers are bad. And the reason being is because if you a police officer and you in your district is a shitty ass officer that you know, you're not gonna rat him out. Yeah. You're not gonna try to get him off the force. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? You gonna let that motherfucker still jump in that squad car and do his 8 hours. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? You a shitty ass motherfucker if you know it's officers in your district that are shitty to people, period. Black people more so, but shitty to everybody. and be whooping niggas' asses, and you know they do that shit.
Yeah.
And you still fucking with this nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. All y'all niggas is fucked up.
Yeah, because
period.
I had a conversation with somebody yesterday about some of the biggest gangsters being like the Fortune 500 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The boardroom. Because in the streets, it's kind of like a moral code that you kind of somehow have to live by.
Right.
Or the streets don't look at you in a certain way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or they make it hard for you to operate business.
Right.
In Fortune 500 and like in just big business, period.
Right.
It ain't no morals about that shit. You do whatever you can or whatever you want to get the job done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna call you a snitch. Ain't nobody gonna not do business with you. You looked at as a tycoon, as a, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So at that point, like, I feel like those police officers and shit like that, they don't have a code the only code is not snitching on each other.
Yep.
Everything else is up for grabs.
Boys in blue.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they be looking at themselves like they higher than the people that they policing. No, nigga.
That's the privilege that they had to obtain within each other.
That's the mind trick that they have to play on each other and themselves to go out there in the street and do the fuck shit that they do every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they went out with a clear mind and you got a conscience, nigga, you ain't about to go out there and just busting niggas' heads because you see this nigga out here feeding his family, even though he doing the fucked up shit. You doing fucked up shit.
Right, allowing him to be out here.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Because he make your job harder. The fact that he pull a motherfucker over, beat the dog shit out that nigga, months down the line. Now, he done scarred a dog up. Now, the months down the line, you pull the same nigga over or have a run-in with the nigga, and he outrageous. He outright. Nigga, fuck nigga.
And well within right, because the last time he dealt with y'all niggas,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just, it doesn't.
It's a never-ending cycle.
It's a cycle, period. You know what I mean? But we were just, like I said, I was just talking about police, and they was like, damn, you feel like that? Like, yes, nigga, like, that's just like if I got white friends, and my white friends hang out with racist niggas.
Yeah.
Nigga, I can't fuck with you, nigga. You just as bad as him. Because you allowing that type of behavior, and you know it's wrong. The shit he's saying about me, you know that ain't me. But you allowing that shit to happen, you just as bad as he is, period.
It's funny that you said that, too, because my wife told me that, like, it's two different type of people like that. It's like,
right.
It's people who, like, I can't deal with you because I don't, like, that shit, it affects me in a different way. So it makes me look at you different.
Right.
When you do that. Or it's the ones that, like you said, they just like, that's my dog. I've been, like, it's just, like, basically politics. Like, you're a Democrat, I'm a Republican, but we still could be cool at the same time. So I don't like it.
I can't fuck
because I'm a
it.
person that if my friends don't fuck with somebody, I don't fuck with. So it's just like
that's a different code.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's a different code that we live by. But I feel like that's a code that everybody should live by. That's how you keep the fake motherfuckers out your life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. The fraudulent motherfuckers. But if you can't be around me and allow another motherfucker to disrespect me.
Yeah,
we not friends.
You don't love me as much as you say you do, or you think you do.
You tolerate that shit because if it's a nigga joke, you laughing. That shit kind of funny. No, nigga, that shit ain't funny. That shit disheartening. And it's disgusting.
I ain't gonna lie. Is that just to make
we
it a
can
little
laugh at nigga jokes.
I was just about to say, bro, because a good nigga joke will make me laugh. If it make me laugh, bro, I ain't even mad no more.
Two niggas in the tree, what you call it? Branch manager? That's kind of funny. Shouts out to Eddie Griffin.
Yeah, like
it's clever. Yeah. Clever. Don't get me wrong. It's good nigga jokes out there.
I was about to say,
but
bro.
You know when the motherfucker is saying like just I was like, bro,
being vicious with that shit.
Like, but to say that shit and like nigga mean it and that's how you think.
Yeah.
You goofy.
Yeah.
You goofy and I can't fuck with that. And policing is the same way to me. That's how I treat it. If you allow squares in your circle, you a fucking square ass nigga, bro. Period. You out of shape.
Yeah.
Period.
Facts. Yeah, I mean that's a great way to think of. I mean, a great way to say it.
And you can't do it any other way though. Like you can't say I'm a good officer and you allow bad officers in your district.
Yeah.
Because you scared of what the motherfucker. You scared of, bro. Like come on now.
The backlash of everybody else.
Fuck, nigga. Wrong is wrong, my nigga. Like I get it. You don't want to go against the grain, but it ain't gonna be no change until niggas go against the grain. Period. Right now, especially in the social media era, you could be the cop that say I'm calling out all cops in my district. Yeah. And the moment niggas start treating you different, nigga go on social media with that shit, document everything. Yeah. Get you a fat ass lawsuit and then get back to Black Lives Matter, my nigga. You feel what I'm saying?
But most change come with resistance anyway. So you gonna have to do that. If you don't stand for that shit truly in your heart, you can't watch that shit happen year after year after year, and these niggas do that shit.
Cause the same cops that's been making them videos after George Floyd, where was they at making videos with Mike Brown? Where was they making videos with Philando Castile? Where was they making videos with my man who got choked out in New York for selling cigarettes?
Because I feel like the media kind of they have a thing where they like to go into the person's life and bring up all the bad shit after they die.
Right.
And then they say like some of the heroic shit the officer might have did before just to change the view of how everybody looking at it.
Right.
So it always throw a little bit of doubt in.
Yeah.
This one is like, it ain't nothing an officer can say
about him to
say he
talk
was right.
him up. Yeah,
He was wrong on every aspect.
I got you.
So they looking like, nigga, we got to denounce that nigga for real.
But y'all should have been denouncing the nigga.
It should have been denouncing all of them, bro.
In Minneapolis.
Regardless.
In Minneapolis.
Yeah, I'm saying all the ones who killed people that was unarmed or killing them unjustly. Like all that, you can't pull out situations.
Yeah,
that's just like when me and you was talking about when you had a conversation on Facebook with people. Yeah, like we can't have situational things. We have to have that across the board. Yeah, like and that's what we have to be held to it, and they have to be held to it.
Exactly. My objective all the time, and this is for anybody, black all the way down to white. Yeah. When I get pulled over, my objective is to make this interaction as brief as possible, because I know you stressed out. Mm-hmm. Because even though I'm a stand-up individual, I know it's motherfuckers out there that don't give a fuck.
And nigga, you have been doing this shit all day. I'm probably the 50th car, nigga.
You tired, I know, bro. You dig what I'm saying? I get it. So hit what you need, answer to whatever questions, you feel me? And let's get the fuck on. Yeah. You taking me down or you not, bro? What we doing?
Yeah, I fight this shit in court, nigga.
That's where we at. You feel me? I make my interactions with them niggas as brief as possible because I know how they giving it up. You feel me? And until, and before we get, God bless George Floyd, you know what I'm saying, and his baby, his daughter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I hate the fact that if real change come from this, I hate the fact that we had to lose a lot of people in order to, incite change. But I understand it. Yeah. Because it's been like that for us for the longest.
Yeah. So to get a change on that aspect would be a big win for us, us black people.
Now change. Let's talk about change for a minute. Because I was talking to some people, and this is what I feel like wholeheartedly. I feel like police officers
should be the same race as
the
people they police.
No, hell no. I feel like police officers should not have
lethal weapons.
Lethal weapons, but they should have, like, you know how like it's a law in Michigan where you can't have the slug first. You got to have like a beanbag round or some shit like that first.
Yeah, it can be a bird shot or whatever.
Like that. Yeah. Something that can take a nigga down but not kill him. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how it should be. That first mag is all dummy rounds, meaning it'll put a nigga down, but it ain't gonna kill him. Yeah. And then if you clearing 17 of them motherfuckers and you got to reload, it's a problem. Yeah. It's a real problem where you need that extra mag. So y'all already carry multiple mags on y'all. So why shouldn't the one that's loaded be the dummy rounds that hit a nigga and take him down? Or the taser should come first. Why the fuck is you pulling out a fucking loaded Glock ready to kill a nigga and you don't even know if the situation is warrant for that?
Because the rules say if a nigga is threatening or they feel threatened, the gun can be out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why I said it's the training, bro.
But that's so vague, though.
That's why they do it like that, for situations like this. That's what I'm saying.
I can feel threatened over anything, my nigga.
That's why it's vague like that, and it gives them leeway to do that shit. That's why I said the rules is fucked up from the beginning, bro.
That's where the change need to come. And people been saying this shit. You know, shouts out to Tamika Mallory, My Song, Killer Mike, T.I., everybody. Yeah. The idea of policing, period.
Yeah. It shouldn't be coming from an authoritative place. It should be come from like, I'm a community member and I'm trying to like wrangle shit.
Because first and foremost, you work for me.
Yeah.
When I call, you come. That's how that works. I have a situation, you need to fix it. That's your job.
Yeah.
It's no gray area. When I call, you come. That is the dynamic of the police and citizens.
It got to the point now where, nigga, they don't even come out for most domestic shit. You in Detroit, nigga, you have to.
Somebody gotta be fucked up.
You gotta die, nigga. It gotta be a body on the ground.
Yeah,
or some, you know what I'm saying? So they
got their own reasons for the domestic shit.
But what I'm saying is, if they not coming for us, like when we need them, because like I don't need you when my car gets stolen all the time, nigga. Like,
they don't come for that.
That's what I'm saying. They don't come, so I ain't tripping over that. But nigga, if this bitch got a knife in here, I'm telling you, we arguing and shit on the phone, they might not come if they don't take it 100% serious.
But the craziest shit is when you call like that, they come guns out because it's a weapon.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah,
and that's some goofy shit too. A nigga got a knife.
Or a nigga can say he got a knife.
You got 17 of these bitches. He 8 feet away from you. Unless that nigga is a champion at throwing knives, he is not gonna get to you before you lay his ass down.
I told you I knew a officer who did that particular instance that you just said with the knife and everything. Popped their ass.
So
you don't have to do that.
If you got rounds.
No, he had a fucking whole taser, nigga. He could have popped their ass.
Yeah, he had a taser. They don't go for the taser first. Not with black people. They never go for the taser first. They always go for the lethal weapon.
Yeah.
Is y'all niggas on the population control shit? Like, is the police got something to do with that too? Like, yeah, we got to take out about 8 niggas today. You know what I'm saying?
I just think they so used to doing that shit. That's what they do, bro. And a lot of times they don't get the action that they want. So when they get a little semblance of it, nigga, they going overboard. Nigga, we all got guns out.
Yeah, and the consequences have been little to none. Yeah. You feel me? Like, at first we was just not rioting, but protesting to at least get the nigga arrested for the shit. Mm-hmm. But now we ain't satisfied with that, which I already fucking said probably on this show, that we're not going to be satisfied with that in a year or so, nigga. We need convictions, my nigga. Yeah. And then now, even when you getting convicted, like Amber Geiger, ugly ass, got 10 years for murdering a nigga. You feel me?
Yeah.
She got 10 years for murder. Now we not satisfied with that, bitch. You need to be gone for good. Yeah. If I kill a nigga and I'm gone for good, you kill a nigga, you gone for good. Yeah. That's just what it is. And I agree with that because I don't feel like there's no such thing as justifiable murder.
Yeah, like you said, we all human, so we all should be held to the same standards.
I don't give a fuck what oath you took, what academy you went to, my nigga. Same standards.
I think that holds you more to it than anything because, nigga, you've been trained on this shit. We ain't been trained on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We doing this shit off the cuff.
Yeah,
just off the strength. Y'all trained to do this shit.
Y'all supposed to be trained to bust down situations, defuse.
That's the whole thing when they supposed to. Even with security, nigga, they tell us because they put us through police training when we did security. Anything until you have to go into that bag. Yeah, you have to pull out everything, all the tools, your tricks, all the tools, nigga. The verbal judo, all that shit, bro.
And most and when you don't follow those suits, instead of getting some little punk ass right up in your folder that's gonna disappear in 2 years thanks to your union
or administrative leave where you getting paid to sit at home,
you gonna end up coming back thanks to your fucking union. No, nigga, you should be fired. Yeah. And prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, period. Just
like anybody else would. If a motherfucking banker kill a banker or a banker kill somebody.
We have a real fucked up policing environment in the United States of America. I can only speak for the United States of America because I haven't been abroad to see how police treat black people. But I'm pretty sure it's just as shitty. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, I don't know because
they've been going crazy. Nigga, they going crazy everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere. Nigga, the UK, you see my man...
I think places like that where they have big populations, because they have a lot of African population in the UK, but I'm talking about like some places like Sweden and shit like that.
No, they ain't.
Like I'm saying, like it's a lot of places who don't normally have a lot of black people to even be prejudiced against them.
Yeah, so. But the place where it's black people at, they going crazy, nigga, everywhere right now. Yeah. You feel me? And I like to see the unity. You know what I'm saying? But it's a problem with police, period. Yeah. All of them. You see China, they beating the shit out of their protesters. Yeah. And I don't really fuck with China like that, but I'm just going to state this is what I'm seeing on the news. They beating the shit out them niggas, bro.
I feel like in other countries, a lot of the police and shit there have way more authority than ours do, and they be on way bigger power trips. Yeah, possibly. Like the federales and shit. Like them niggas got control. Yeah, them niggas can
take your ass out the crib. Come on.
Yeah, come on. And ain't no rules against it, nigga. I'll sit you in jail for 3 months if I feel like it. Yeah.
So, but that's an issue. We have a global issue with police. Yeah. Period.
Yeah, I think they got the roles kind of misconstrued.
And that's what we need to focus on more than anything. Policing. Yeah. You feel me?
You talking about instead of just, but the racist aspect has to come in there.
You can't. It
has to, bro.
No. What I'm like, I get it. Yeah. But you can't unteach you. Like it takes years. Yeah. Like racism is a learned behavior. Yeah. It starts as a child. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then these niggas is 24, 25, racist as a motherfucker, killed a nigga, and we gonna get some rules, and that's not gonna stop them from being racist.
But I'm saying, I understand that, but at what point do we have to start making the change? Nigga, we have to start doing that.
This is what I'm saying. You cannot stop a nigga from being racist, but what you do is, and that's what I feel like, you know, the Killer Mikes and the Tamika Mallory's and the Mike songs talking about. Like, one thing, like, you can try to undo systematic white supremacy, but you're not gonna change a nigga from not liking niggas.
Yeah, that
period. That's racism though. Like, I don't fuck with you because of the color of your skin.
Yeah,
not because of the content of your creed. God bless Martin Luther King. Not because of the content, nigga, strictly because you a different color than me.
Yeah.
And for what I think that y'all is, because that's what it is. What I think y'all is.
Yeah.
Because of my experiences with y'all is very few and minimal. Only thing I see black people is on social media, World Star Hip Hop, Media Takeout, Fox News, like all goofy shit. So they think everybody like that.
See, for me, I don't give a fuck about the racism as far as like within regular people.
Right.
I only care about it when it can affect something that I'm trying to do or it's affect me in a personal way.
Right.
Because I don't give a fuck if the nigga down the street racist. This nigga, he broke. He ain't giving me no job.
Right.
It ain't nothing that he can contribute to me. So his racism don't even fucking matter.
Right.
But a nigga who I'm getting a job from, or a nigga who got an opportunity that I'm going after, that's when it matters.
Right.
So it's always the system, bro. Fuck the racism, man. Fuck the racist people. Let's make sure that the system is set up where that racism doesn't matter.
But that's when you think of Brown versus Board of Education. Mm-hmm. You feel me? When they had to let niggas into these schools.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Strictly because they black, because they know it's gonna be people that keep you out strictly because you black.
But where they fucked up is it was too broad.
Yes.
So it left room for them to still, you brought me over here, but now we just about to disrespect you while you over here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We have to set it up where, nigga, it's going to be fair all the way around. But
see, now, due to social media, and, you know, that's why, like, when we talk about social media as a whole and, you know, how fucked up it could be and how detrimental to our society it could be, it has its pros. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you a student at an elite school and you there because of, you know, the fact that you black, and the fact that you got good grades and shit too, but they had to let you in because they got a quota to fill.
Yeah.
You feel me? Take advantage of it, but by all means, if you can. Or you can go to HBCU if you want to. I ain't shunning that either.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you really getting mistreated, just document it. Social media.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You gonna rip that school a whole new asshole. That school ain't gonna even be a school when you done with that motherfucker.
Because you hitting their pockets.
Because you gonna hit their pockets.
Because the regular systematic, that's what I'm saying. The regular racism don't matter. It only work when it's systematic.
Yeah. It only work when it's systematic. And that's the thing about certain rules. But you're not gonna change a white person or a Hispanic person or an Arabic person who hate black people because they just black. You're not gonna be able to change that. But what you do is you infiltrate laws, rules, different legislation that make a motherfucker have to deal with it. And then what you do, and then when you have that and they get to really be around you,
and they start seeing that y'all got similarities and y'all life ain't as different as they think it is,
and then it slowly
start to change.
It slowly start to change.
Yeah,
because then they'll be like, well, not all black people like that. You know what I mean? It's all black people like that. That not because I got a black friend. He cool as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That type of shit. Unfortunately, that's the cross that we have to bear.
Yeah, that's the role we have to play.
That's the one thing that's never gonna change.
Yeah.
And so you have to, you know, you have to infiltrate, get these people to pass these laws, these legislations, and I hope that's what we really protesting for, to change the way they view, to change the way they treat us, and then hopefully that it change the way they view us. Period.